sketch. With all the grace and charm of a Glasgow pub brawl, the SNP stormed out. During an even more fractious than usual Prime Minister's questions, PMQs, the Scottish Nationalist's Westminster leader Ian Blackford looked the very image of a bristling former bank manager as he rose in indignation over a perceived snub for his beloved Scotland. Apparently 12 hours of Brexit debate was not enough time to discuss the terrible power grab of Scottish powers being repatriated from Brussels, which incidentally the SNP want to hand straight back to their European masters. A patient Mrs. May, showing exactly why Donald Trump thinks she is schoolmistress-ish, leaned over the dispatch box and not unreasonably pointed out that the Scottish Parliament is getting 80 new powers courtesy of her government delivering Brexit, which the SNP inexplicably oppose. "I hope that the public listened to that answer very carefully," said Blackford. "I must ask we go into private." The slightly bewildered expressions of MPs around the chamber matched the surprise of the moment. Why on earth does he want to go into private? The members of the press and public in the gallery nervously wondered if they were about to be kicked out, while the broadcasters started checking whether they needed to pull the plug on live coverage. "Cometh the hour, cometh," Speaker John Bercow, not always a favorite among Conservative MPs, but today he stood resolute. "You can move MQs," he said. Blackford in full petulance refused to budge. "Sit down," ordered the diminutive speaker repeatedly. But Blackford was not for moving. He was then named, a procedure some people thought was reserved for the left-wing MP Dennis Skinner, that involves an MP being expelled for a date from voting, speaking or even being on the precincts of the Palace Westminster. Still Blackford would not move. But as Bercow stretched his finger to trigger a vote, the SNP Westminster leader flounced out, followed by the entire indignant lot from the SNP benches of 35 MPs. In the true Glasgow pub brawl tradition, one or two could be seen gesticulating at the speaker and other MPs as they trudged out. The SNP MPs gathered outside in central lobby claiming "We will not be silenced." Except Speaker Bercow called each one listed for a question. Brendan O'Hara. "Not here!" Pete Wishart. "No here!" Chris Law. "Not here!" Angela Crawley. "Not here!" Alison Thulis. "Not here." What a pity, he noted, that so many SNP MPs had given up the chance to ask a question for their constituents. On average, MPs get 2 a year from a random draw of backbenchers. The other Scottish MPs, led by Tory Douglas Ross, Labour's Ian Murray and Lib Dem Alistair Carmichael, claimed that the SNP had gagged them too because their absence meant an emergency question on devolution powers and their name could not be answered by the minister. Amid all the hubbub, an exasperated speaker looked up and saw a baby in the public gallery. "The future of democracy," he cooed. "It has remained calm and quiet throughout all this fuss. Leave it to the SNP to have the tantrums.